So, homecoming week is upon us, and with all the celebrating tradition comes a few obvious distractions. Talk about keeping your team focused on the task at hand.
Well, I talked to them yesterday, and we have festivities all week, and they've been prepping for the last couple of weeks for these festivities. So, homecoming is it's a special time. It's a fun time. The kids are going to have those different activities that they're going to do. But like I told them yesterday, it doesn't mean anything if you don't achieve that goal on Friday and put up a good showing and get the victory on Friday night. So that's keeping that goal in mind, through everything that we do, and reminding them before they head out after our practice and before they head out to the next activity, that it's fresh in their mind that Friday is our goal, not tonight, the powder puff or yesterday or the night rally, coming up. So, and I think they understand that. We had a good practice yesterday in the midst of homecoming, and you have good practice, that's a good thing. So I think they're going to be ready.
All right. Gustine comes to town on Friday. They're an improved team from last year, according to what I've read. They managed to go 3-2 in the preseason before getting beat by Central Catholic last week pretty soundly. But is it hard to keep your players from overlooking a team like the Redskins?
Not really. When you get into the league, we stress upon it so much that every play is going to matter. I think it's one of the reasons why we came out so strong in the first half and in the beginning of the game against Orsimba. Regardless of your opponent, you have to execute. You have to play at your level. And I think the way we handled the game on Friday, against Orsimba, the kids realized that. And so going through the week, we had, like I said, we had a solid practice yesterday on the offensive side. Today's defensive side, so I expect the same thing. But they realize that you can't take anybody for granted, and you go out there. And Gustine has been struggling of late, but they're turning things around. They're doing very well. Manuel Betancourt down there has really done a great job this year, but getting them ready to go and kind of rebuilding that program a little bit. Some of the stuff he does actually reminds me of 2003. The way we had it here. They're in very similar situations, and they're working hard and they're getting it done. So you can't take anybody for granted. I mean, when we were in a similar situation in 2003, we came out fighting with everything we had, and there's no way that Gustine's going to come in here and lay down. They're going to come out here and fight with everything they got. And if we're not ready, we're going to be in a tight game that we don't want to be in.
You mentioned in your email correspondence that the team has changed in the last 5 weeks. How so?
Well, one is we've gotten better on every facet of the game, and that includes practice. I mean, guys have adjusted to our practice schedule. They've adjusted to our coaching. The coach, we've adjusted to them. We know the strengths and weaknesses of certain guys, and so we're starting. Guys are in their role, and they're fitting in their mold for the team much better than they were in the beginning of the year. And so the attitudes changed. I mean, a lot of these guys we didn't have a lot of work with, at previous encounters with them. They're new to us, coming from the JV, or they're new to the program, that type of thing. Well, now 7 weeks into the season, that's 10 weeks out of the year. They've had us now for 10 weeks, so we expect them to be on this track, in which we are. They're getting accustomed to us, we're getting accustomed to them, and we're all getting better, and that's how the way it should be.
Last week, Daniel Wizard came out of the game with the ankle injury. Emmanuel Brooks didn't play. What's their status looking like for this game against Gustine?
We're going to be at full strength. We're going to be at full strength. We were at full strength yesterday. We have no questions going into the game. So we're going to be at full strength, and hopefully we can come out Friday, staying at full strength going into Livingston next week as well.